Welcome back to Afternoon Express, and of course, it is our Tuesday cook-along, and we're in our kitchen with our two fabulous guest chefs. I mean, well, Chumi is now forever. She'll be keeping her forever. And of course, we have rock star Francois.
I thought I was a guest chef.
You're not a guest chef unless you're going to become a chef. I think that's your New Year's resolution. You're going to learn how to cook.
2021.
Yeah. So Willie's tinned tuna is, of course, our go-to ingredient, and it is the go-to ingredient on everyone's shopping list because of its high protein content, its affordability, and it's definitely a great addition to your pantry. And today we're going to be showing you 3 different ways to use tuna in meals that you and your family can enjoy. Now, to get this recipe sent to your device, SMS the keyword Woolworths to 33650, and SMS is R1.50 each. Free SMSs do not apply, but they are super useful, these recipes that we send you. So, what is the first recipe that we're starting with?
Okay, so we're starting with our lasagna,
Okay.
but before we get anything done, we have to get all the elements together. So what I'm going to ask you and Zuki to do is to get the sauces ready for us.
Okay.
You're going to make the tomato sauce that obviously is going to be part of the layering of the lasagna. Zuki's going to do that, sorry. And then you'll get started with the bechamel sauce. I'm not sure if you've ever done a bechamel sauce before.
Is the bechamel sauce that creamy...
The white
the
sauce.
thick white sauce,
Yes.
the lasagna. Okay. That's only the hardest one to do. Thank you. Okay.
I trust you, Jeannie. I trust you.
Tomato sauce first. 1 can of tomatoes.
Yes.
You
In.
can do here,
Then.
because you can get
Sure.
started with the quinoa.
Do we have the onion there?
Do we have an onion? Yes, here, I've got an onion.
Okay, great.
Okay, now I'm going to cut the onion for the tomato sauce.
Yes.
That's it. Is the water on?
Just a little bit of it.
Water's going.
It's already on, so you can just chuck that in there.
And then this
get
goes
it
into
boiling.
there.
Carrots. Okay.
feel
Yeah,
confident about
now,
quinoa.
okay, so to start off with the tomato sauce, I've got carrots, onion and tomato. Okay.
So we're going to get started with the dressing as well on our side because we're also making a quinoa and tuna salad. So I'm just going to ask Francois to get the dressing done for us. What we've got here is we've got the juice or the brine from the tuna because we don't want to discard anything. So we're going to make the dressing here, which is the tuna brine, some olive oil, some red wine vinegar, and just some salt and pepper.
Cool.
So you can get that mixed together, and then while you everything into that, and then in the meantime, I'll get started with our.
All of the salt and all of the pepper.
You can taste it as you go, so that at least you have an
I don't know
idea.
if you must trust my taste buds.
We're gonna have to today. You're the chef today.
All of this.
All of that in, yes. And then I'm gonna get started with baby marrow. When we're doing this lasagna, we're not gonna use any lasagna sheets. So our baby marrow is gonna be what actually does the layers for us.
Ah, awesome.
So while you're doing that, let me do this. I'm gonna get started with charring our
Okay, there you go.
baby marrow.
How's this for the tomato sauce? It looks quite chunky.
You can actually add that into your pot then, so we can get it cooking.
Is this all? Just the onions, tomato and carrots?
Yes.
Yeah, get that
Beautiful.
cooking in the meantime. And so what happens is... Perfect. Let's do this because I see you're wearing white. So the safest thing for us to do now...
The safest thing for me to always do is get out of the kitchen, to be honest. Like, I know my place.
But you wouldn't mind
I
eating.
see.
But you wouldn't mind eating.
And
Definitely.
I'm getting the baby marrow charred on both sides.
Yeah.
And that's basically going to be the layers of our baby marrow. So can I ask you just to watch that and the...
Perfect. And this? Does that look fine?
That's perfect, John. Did you whisk it enough? I'm not too sure here. Okay, it looks like it's whisked enough.
Okay,
What you
awesome.
can do for us is just chop up the cucumber into nice small cubes.
Cubes.
Perfect, as well as the tomato.
Okay, we're going to get started this side on the bechamel sauce. Where
then
do I begin?
The bechamel sauce, you can start with the butter by first melting it into that cast iron pot.
Okay.
And then add your flour into it once it's melted.
This is olive oil.
Is that cube enough?
It has to be smaller. Please make it smaller.
Oh, man.
Okay, pretend we've got butter in here, then what?
No, the butter's right there in front of you.
This?
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, it's already been melted. I didn't recognize
It's
it.
slowly melting.
Yeah. Okay,
Clearly
there
the
you go.
kitchen is
I
quite
thought it
hot
was
today.
actually pineapple. But
Yeah,
there
it's
you
got
go.
a very nice
Butter.
yellow taste to it.
Okay,
So the
then
reason,
what?
like you mentioned earlier, Jeannie, the reason we're using tuna today is because it's quite an underutilized
Okay.
ingredient because they usually use it for the same things, sandwiches, salads. So we're trying to do it differently. We're making a lasagna and a load-shedding dish, which Zuki's going to do a little later. So you won't need to cook any of the elements that go into the dish she's going to make for us a little later.
Okay, so butter is in.
Butter is in, and then we're going to add your flour.
How's that to me?
Flour.
It's perfect.
Looking good.
And then you can whisk that together.
Are we looking good?
A little bit more.
All
A little
right.
bit smaller, yeah.
Is it?
And then what? The milk.
And then the milk, and then you just slowly incorporate the milk while you're whisking.
Okay. I absolutely love the sauce, and I like it nice and cheesy and thick. Oh, wow, look, it's getting thick
Oh, this
as
one
we
is
go
all
in
right.
the sauce.
Stir it again.
Beautiful. What I love about this lasagna is that it's kind of like gluten and carb-free already because we're using the brinjal instead. Not brinjal, what's it called?
It's egg.
Zucchini
Zucchini,
instead
yes.
of the pastelés. I mean, Francois, you're doing quite a job there. Well
Doing quite
done.
well, actually.
He's a hard-working man.
Very hard-working man. It's always good to see a man working so hard in the kitchen. All right, so let me quickly sum up with what we've done. We've gotten started on the tomato sauce. We've used 1 can of tomato,
Should we turn
an
those?
onion, and some carrots thrown into the pot. Then to start off with the bechamel sauce, butter, flour, and milk, and whisked up together. We've got quinoa on the boil. We've got our zucchini on the grill. And then our salad is being prepped. How's
Yes.
Perfect.
that? Perfect.
Everything looking good on your side, though.
Okay. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we return, we'll put everything together and then get started with our second amazing tuna dish. We'll see you after the break.